I love you, man.
Yeah, you're good too, man. I like you too. Hey guys, welcome back to an interesting discussion sometimes. Back with the boys, Harsha, Christian, and Tarun. I'm Haran. And this week we have a special guest coming from the state of Florida. Her name's Shruti. I'll let her introduce herself to the podcast.
I'm Shruti. I currently go to med school in Florida. Went to high school with two of you, and then went to undergrad at UVA. Now I'm at the University of South Florida. It's a great time.
Welcome. Hope you feel at home. What's your favorite thing about USF?
Oh, God. I don't know. I mean,
or your least favorite thing, if that's easier.
I mean, I'm in med school here. I'm not having the best time of my life. I wish. I think it's honestly like more just being able to be in a new state that's like so completely different from Virginia. Like I didn't really think I would end up here of all places. So I think that's probably the best part, like actually getting a chance to experience it. I mean, just school is school. It's kind of the same everywhere. So
yeah.
Have you had time on like your weekends to like explore like Tampa and everything, or?
Oh yeah, there's actually like med school is. Everyone's like, oh my gosh, it's like really busy. But I think once you like figure out how to study and how to like prioritize your time, like I mean, like I have enough time. Am I allowed to curse?
Yeah,
fuck yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah. Curse. It's fucking
Cool,
encouraged,
great.
in fact. Yeah.
I have like more than enough time to fuck around as much as I want. Like to be honest, like we have like 50 lectures on our next exam, and I'm quite behind and not stressed at all, which I like really should be, but. But like, no, like if you like prioritize your time and kind of set like kind of like as your goals, like activities to do and like places you want to see, like it makes it so much easier to actually go around and do all these things. Like we have a list of like all the different places that we want to go see. I mean, a lot of it is bars, if I'm being completely honest, but
fair.
As it should be.
I mean, yeah. But, and then also because my program is 2 years in Florida and then 2 years in Pennsylvania. So I'm moving in May. So we have to like hit everything that I want to like go see now. So and I think it's fun to like have like an activity to like work towards. So like I go to the beach all the time, like all the rooftop bars, like this is where all my money goes. You know, like been to like Orlando, like Miami, gone and like explored as much as I can. But yeah, I mean, I think you make time for the things you want to do, and it's worked out pretty well.
Yeah, I feel like if I was going to med school and like studying for all this stuff, I feel like I want to do it in Florida, you know? Because then after you're done studying, you're like in nice weather and a nice area. Imagine like, yeah, I wouldn't want to be here. It's kind of cool.
I mean, honestly, it's probably been better than most places, even like during COVID. Because, like, it's fake. It doesn't, like, it's fake.
Yeah, it doesn't exist.
Nobody gives a single fuck.
Yeah,
literally nobody cares. At this point, like, we don't wear masks anywhere. Like, rarely. Omicron made people, like, a little bit worried. But even then, like, I'm still doing my fuck shit. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, everyone is still doing stuff. In our opinion, like, it's just kind of like, everyone is vaccinated. Like, we're following the rules. Just, like, get COVID, quarantine, move on. It's just kind of the mentality here at this point. I've gotten COVID. My roommate's gotten COVID. Like half my friends have gotten COVID. Like this is just normal here. Like even if you talk to the doctors, they're like over it. They'll like, go home to like their respective places for the holidays, and they'll be like, why do I have to wear a mask? Like it's fine. Like in their opinion, everyone in Florida has gotten COVID, and as a state, we have achieved herd immunity. So literally nobody cares here, which means like I don't worry when I go out. Maybe I should.
Do you think that instead of like passing out the vaccine, they should start just passing out like actual COVID just so that they get better at your herd immunity? You know?
At this point, I have literally the like surgeon I was shadowing has like dead ass said that. Like she's just we should just expose people to COVID at this point. Like Omicron is like nothing, just like get it, move on. It's very much the mentality here.
I can confirm that because I recently went to Tampa for my a couple of days during Christmas break, and I have my family lives there, and both my aunt and uncle are doctors, and they pretty much said the same stuff. They're like, because I was telling them I gotta go to a trip after this, and we're just kind of scared that I'm gonna get COVID here. It's I need to get tested, and they're like, oh dude, don't worry, actually they said you'll probably get COVID, and I was like, that's not what I want to hear. But then they were pretty much saying what Shitri was saying, that we all just gotta get COVID, get it, move on, and then hope for the best. I know things will be better.
I mean, basically,
yeah.
I'll have there'll be the slight part inside of me that's you're in med school, you should care more. When I go out to a bar or something, and then I'm like, nah, fuck it. 3 drinks in, who cares? It's I'm just gonna do whatever I want anyway. So it's fine. I mean, I think the only real reason people will be oh, I don't want to go out is oh, because we're going home for break, and then we're slightly concerned about our families and stuff. But each other, no, that's false. When I got COVID, I literally got it from going to a friend's party that was solely all med students, supposedly vaccinated. Supposedly, I mean, they were all vaccinated, but I'm supposedly all safe. According to the CDC, everything is great. Yeah, I got COVID. That's the only thing I went, and I was the only one in a whole group of 20 people who I had hung out with the entire weekend to get it. So nothing makes sense anyway. So just do what you want. I stand by that. I tell my parents that all the time too, and
I'm sure
my mom is just traumatized. No, she's like, "What are you doing?"
She's like, "This is what you learn in med school. What's going on?"
yeah. But when even my attendings that I go shadow are yeah, we don't care either. That's when you know. And I'm just then I'm just
we're in
why
good
should
hands,
I
guys.
care? Yeah.
I heard the UK actually declared COVID now is the flu or something like that. So now it's they don't give a shit there either.
I don't think they would because I know cases were getting bad in UK, and then I think Boris Johnson was threatening lockdown, and everyone's fuck no, pretty much. I think all the citizens were kind of over it because they already went through lockdown 3 separate times or something.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
they're over it.
I think you're just gonna keep getting strains of it until it's basically the flu, and yeah, everyone's just over the lockdown.
Yeah.
What was your favorite, because I guess as we've established that nobody gives a fuck anymore. So what's your favorite bar experience that you've had while you've been discovering your favorite places?
Okay, so in the beginning, we did mostly a lot of house parties because, we were pretending to be safe and all of that. But, and so I've actually those house parties have been quite wild. I think we recently had a holiday party last year. A friend hosted it. And so so many people from our med school came. At one point in the night, I remember my friend came up to me and she was like, my room door is locked. I can't get in. Oh, and we were how is this possible? What's going on? We were banging on the room door, trying to help her out. And we go in there, and then her bathroom door is also locked. And there's 6 or 7 people in the bathroom. They finally come out. They've been doing Cody in the bathroom.
Holy shit.
They're doing weed in the bathroom. A bunch of med students, so future doctors of America, guys. This is great times. So they've been alcohol. It's all over her stuff. Nobody knows what's going on. And everyone is plastered at this party. When I tell you we study very hard and then we just absolutely destroy ourselves when we go out also. It's nuts. That also happened. People are going into her fridge and taking food out and just eating it.
No, that's a classic Karkar move right there. Every time they came into our plate, they would just raid our pantry so much.
Yeah, but this is strangers.
I bought a bag of pizza rolls before Karkar came, and then he came, and then by the end of the week, there's 200 in a bag, bro. It's a significant amount. There was 15 left. I was where did they go? Where did they go?
I bet he didn't even microwave them, bro. I bet he just fucking ate them frozen solid.
Frozen, man. He was a fucking sus-ass. I thought they were fruit or something. Yeah, anyway.
At least you know Karkar. This is just straight straight.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
This is a chaotic ass party. It's also only into our first semester, and there's 200 people in our class, so we don't even really know everyone at this point. And just so many random things were happening. One girl came in and she was so drunk, and then this random guy also came in, and none of us recognized him. We don't know who he is. He's not in our class. We were oh, it's her boyfriend, not her boyfriend. Basically, a random guy off the street followed this one of our classmates into the party.
Oh my God.
While she was drunk as fuck, and we were all literally had to have two people like tell him to leave because he was like harassing her and she was like too drunk to know what's going on. No one knew who he was. Then he like stood outside like the balcony of this like third floor apartment outside. He just stood there for like 2 hours.
Oh my
like
God.
waiting for her. I don't know what was going on. It was crazy. The next morning they discovered that someone threw up in their washer.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, can't you just turn the washer on?
Put a Tide Pod in there.
It's just the fact that like like whole chunks of spaghetti are in your washer. That's not great for them. Not great for them.
Did anyone piss in any trash cans by any chance?
Oh, I hope to God no.
Yeah, that's pretty terrible, right?
Yeah, imagine
That's
if
pretty-
someone
That's
would
a
do
pretty
that.
specific thing to say,
Yeah.
Drew.
Yeah. It's just a
Is this
question.
something you did?
Absolutely.
That was like just like a wild night in general, like house party wise. Anytime I've gone out, it's actually been pretty tame, just like a really good time.
I would say comparatively, I think it'd be hard to top that, especially for like one of your first experiences in your first semester.
Oh yeah, it was quite an interesting time.
It's crazy that you mentioned that was tame because in our research we heard that you either
Oh.
noticed or involved in a bar fight.
Oh, I was not involved. Heard about this.
Like
later.
legally,
It was a
or
friend.
like you actually
Yeah,
weren't
legally
involved?
you weren't involved. Yeah, we get it.
I was not involved. I was not present for this event.
Uh-huh.
Actually,
Ah.
this would be really interesting. I will ask you guys this question because I did ask Amrita and Bhavana this question when I told them this story. But basically, what happened was a couple friends of mine were at like a sports bar or something. They were watching some game. Some like random guy like grabbed like this girl's ass, basically just like grabbed her ass and then like walked away. And she was like really shocked. Like she like just didn't know what happened. She started crying. And her boyfriend was like, oh my God, what happened? He like went to the guy and tried to talk to him and was like, you can't do that. Like, that's not okay. He turns around, just like punches him in the face. Like
Yikes.
punches him in the face. So he's like the guy's like on the floor and then he like runs away into the parking lot, the guy who punched him. And then another like classmate of ours, who's like a really big, like really built guy, like typical gym bro, everything, goes out into the parking lot and beats him up basically. So this is just like a lot.
Uh-huh.
And then this poor guy, like the boyfriend, like he had to get surgery, like his nose was completely broken, like this, like he had to like get everything fixed. But basically the question that I asked Amrita and Bhavana is, what would you guys have wanted the guy to do in that situation? Like, what would you guys have done if like your girlfriend like got their ass grabbed and was like really shocked, started crying? What would your responses be to this situation?
So what did Amrita say though? Just curious.
No. You're not allowed to do that. I need to know. Like,
Hey, yo,
she
Harsha
needs
punch
to know what
anybody,
you would
bro.
do.
Anyone
I
can
know
punch
their
Harsha. You don't
answer.
give a fuck. You'd punch the guy that did nothing wrong too. This guy decided.
Wait, what are you talking about? I didn't punch anyway.
Did you in the subway? You beat up the homeless guy in New York, bro.
No.
That's kind of fucked up.
And you pissed in his trash can.
No. Separate.
I feel like what he did was not the wrong. I feel like you don't escalate the situation. If you just said some words to him, I think that's what you're supposed to do. Unfortunately, what happened to him was pretty bad. But I mean, I don't know. I feel like that's what I would do too. Hopefully, not get my ass kicked afterwards.
Well,
Yeah, I'm already half broken, bro. Yeah, I'd do it. I'd tell them. I'd be like, hey, what the hell was that? And then see what happens from
I think
there.
you gotta take it to context situation. Like, what this dude like? If he looks like a sus guy, like
Yeah, then you
you
bring
could
some
try,
backup.
you could try to say something, but if you could see that it's not gonna work, I mean, like, there's only so much you could do before you. If he's the type of dude who looks like he's about to start swinging for no reason, then I might keep a little bit more space. But in theory, yes, that's probably the right thing to do is to, try and talk it out.
But even if you talk it out, what can you really say? I mean, just be like, hey, that's not cool. Don't do that.
Yeah,
again.
hey,
And
man,
it's just
you
like, he's not
can't
gonna
do
give a
that.
fuck. Yeah. I don't know.
If it was my girlfriend and us four of us were there, right? Would you guys be down to beat the shit out of him?
Like pull up
Would
on
you
him?
guys back me up? Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Be
no,
like, hey,
this
man,
is a
right?
this is a
Like,
one-on-one
tap him on the
situation,
shoulder, he
man.
turns
You can't
around.
rely on us. You can't rely on us to like do your physical.
Yeah,
I really
No,
want
no,
to bring
no,
my
we need to
big
show that
buff
we're, like,
friend
together. Then
Haran,
like, if he
though.
tries to fight Tarun, he needs to fight all of us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it was like a series. Like, Tarun gets his ass knocked out, and then I go outside and go beat him up. Like it's like a chain reaction.
Well, I was
Wouldn't you
gonna
want to
say we
avoid
could-
any of us getting knocked out? Like, why do we want like Tarun to just get beat up
Well,
first?
no,
Like,
Tarun. I mean, like
before that.
Yeah, you like.
no, like following the story.
It's not my turn
like,
yet.
Gets like harassed. Like, Christian's gonna send Tarun first to get his ass knocked, and then Tarun will beat the guy.
No, just following the story. Like it was just the boyfriend who went over there, right? So
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
one person. It's a one-on-one encounter, and then lights out, and then next person goes outside and chases.
Yeah, but I think
the guy.
we're trying to prevent the
No,
lights out
no.
situation from happening. That's the whole point.
At the stick
I
to
mean,
the
I don't
canon.
think the four of you together is really that intimidating of a presence. I'm gonna be
Whoa.
honest.
Hey,
All right, that's the end of this
Oh,
episode,
brains,
guys.
yeah,
We're gonna have
brains,
to.
like I'll Haran will go high, I'll go low, or like Harsha can get on all fours behind him, and then I'll push the guy, so then he'll like fall over, right? You know what I mean?
okay.
I see what you're saying.
And then from there, Christian and Haran will be on top of a table, and they'll jump and like body slam him.
Wait, can I get some like?
and then he's dead.
Can I get some like dimensions of these people involved in this fight? Like, how big was the boyfriend? How big was the other dude?
I think the guy who punched him is like a decently big dude. The boyfriend is like tall, like kind of not like really thin, but like honestly, he's kind of built like
Haran,
you,
this ain't
Haran.
looking good
No,
for you.
actually, yeah. Just like me.
The boyfriend's kind of built like you. The other guy is like, I think was like a little bigger, but
Hello.
that guy got his ass beat by the other gym bro
Mm.
classmate, basically.
Mm.
So
The solution I see here is that Tarun, you need to get in the gym 8 hours a day for like the next 3 months.
And what do I do about my height, bro? You want to get a spinal? You want to get me like a metal
Wait,
spine?
he won't hit your
the
nose
other
because
guy
you're
was
short.
short. The
This
gym
is
bro
like-
guy was shorter.
Oh,
You could still make it.
Short
Yeah.
king, short kings. That could be you,
Let's
Tarun.
go
That's your
then.
goal. That's your goal for the year.
Let's
Yeah.
have that guy on the podcast.
The
gym
Actually,
bro?
he would be very interesting to talk to.
Wait, what do you think was the right thing to do?
yeah, what's the correct answer?
based on everything you
Can
know?
we reveal the
I don't
answers
even
now?
There's no like correct answer. I think when I was talking about it with Amrita and Bhavna, we were like talking, and Maitri, like we were all like talking about it. It was, I think most guys' reactions are to just like immediately go after the guy and talk to him first. And I think most of us, like our first reactions were like, maybe you should make sure the girl is okay.
Mm.
And I think like, I don't think that that's what the boyfriend did. And I don't think like most guys' first reaction is to be like, oh, are you good? Are you okay? Cause she's like crying. Like she's so shocked. Like she was like crying. But we were like, it's less about like your ego that another guy like touched your girl. And it's more like, is she okay? And this is obviously different for like every person. But I think that was like the general consensus. They might think differently, but I think I would have been more like, make sure I'm good, like make sure like we're okay. And then, I don't think I would have wanted him to like get into a fight.
Mm.
Hey, Christian, cut my answer. I'm gonna go again.
No.
This all sounds familiar.
Now that you know our body slam, plan, doesn't that change things for you?
I mean, I think that's, that was a solid plan.
Yeah, we'll
I like
just
the
send Tarun
part
to
where
go-
you're on the table. Yeah.
We'll send Tarun to just go grab his ass and see how he likes it.
Yeah.
That's realistically what we probably do, honestly. Like, that's why we know. That's why we push him over, just so that we can get on top and just grab his ass.
An eye for an eye, And then Higo starts crying, and then we're good. We're good.
Well, then we like learn and we try to like console him.
You apologize.
Wait, so was there no bouncer that like saw any of this going on, or did it just happen too fast?
This is not my story. I was not there.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the guy like ran away into the parking lot. And so then the second fight happened in the parking lot. I don't think the bouncer cares at that point.
Yeah, fair.
Mhm.
So like how we had differing opinions on how to deal with the situation, classic Virginia versus Florida kind of
Okay.
viewpoints. My friend Tarun here has a game he'd like to play along those lines. You want to tell us, Tarun?
Why the fuck would you transition to me Just introduce the game, Pam.
You came up with the idea. I think you deserve the credit. I'm giving you the credit. Take it.
Credit issued. Thank you.
What? How do you
Credit received.
Yeah. Okay. There you go.
Okay, so the game is we have a bunch of topics, ideas, things that we're going to throw at you, and you're going to tell us whether that certain thing, whatever it may be, is better in Virginia or if it's better in Florida. And you have to give us a reason why, if it requires some more explanation. Okay?
Okay.
So, first things first. Let's start with food.
Virginia.
Okay, explain.
Okay, so the area where I live does not have like that great food, first of all. Like downtown Tampa is like not that hype.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like comparing this in general to like I don't eat out that much.
Mm-hmm.
Yay, like my one New Year's resolution is actually working. But I don't know. Everything here is just like for the price that I'm paying and the food that I'm getting, I'm not like, oh my God, it's like amazing.
Yeah.
I think the main thing is that I haven't found like a Thai place here that I really like. And like Charlottesville had like 70 and they were all
crazy
great.
how many they have.
So like immediately that like doesn't make me like Tampa food like as much just in general. Like I don't have a craving to eat out anymore unless like I like once every like 2 weeks or something. So
Right.
Virginia, I miss that.
Okay. Next one. Traffic.
I think that Florida has worse drivers. I don't think I can compare traffic. I can just tell you that Florida drivers are fucking nuts. Like I have literally seen people try to like switch lanes, but like what is this? Horizontally, like they're driving horizontally while I'm coming at them. Like this whole thing. I've seen a truck do that on the highway.
Holy shit!
My God.
My roommate has literally driven like multiple times. She's almost avoided like a car accident that happened right in front of her. We saw a car like in the store, like in a store, like it crashed into like, a building. Like
drive through.
Like traffic is bad in both places, but this is just like sometimes I get scared to drive here just because like it could be my last day driving.
Do you drive that often? Or like there?
I drive maybe like once or twice a week. Like I don't drive that often. So
minimize
and also
the
I
risk.
Recently got a car. Yeah. But they're not nice either. They're like they're just really mean in general. Everything is like I'm like always like a little scared. Florida just has crazier people.
Yeah, that's what one of our next topics was going to be, like the people and like their general like vibe. You know?
Oh yeah, they're crazy here. Some wild shit. I think Florida man, like after coming here, I was like, Florida man makes sense. Like everyone does like weird things. Like I literally remember I was like walking home from school and like I saw like a guy walking his dogs, but like from the way the sun was like shining on the dogs, and also I just think they were like disproportionate, like their tails and bodies. Like I genuinely thought he was walking skunks, like he had pet skunks. And I told my friends who live here in Florida, and they literally didn't even bat an eye. They were like, yeah, that makes sense. That's fine. It's a normal thing. It's like, how can that be a normal thing to just own skunks? And they no questions. And I was like, okay, this is fucking weird. Yeah. Just like in general, there's always like something like wild.
So Virginia's better. Virginia has better people then.
We have more normal people, I would say, yes. But Florida's more exciting. I don't know.
There's
I don't
pros and
know
cons
about
to it.
that.
I see.
Yeah, there's pros and cons. Florida's more interesting. Like, are you going to see skunk dogs in Virginia? No.
That's true.
You would never have that problem.
Although, would you
want
to?
to be close to it?
Don't know.
All right, to be determined. What about like the overall like cost of everything? You were talking about you weren't getting like bang for your buck with your food and everything. So how does that compare to, I don't know, just buying regular stuff?
Well, I think like the only thing I can like really compare is like food and like drinks really to like Virginia. And then again, I am comparing it more to like Charlottesville because I like don't really go out when I'm like home in Nova. But yes, everything is like more expensive here, but I'm definitely more willing to spend my money on drinks than I am for food. So So like, but like things are more interesting here, right? Like the
Yeah.
bars are like much cooler. Like everything has like a different vibe. Like there's a rooftop bar that we go to all the time that's like absolutely gorgeous views and like expensive, but it's like, you know, you like pregame a little, get one drink there and it's great. Like we've been on like pedal boats, like where we like
Mhm.
bring our own alcohol and we're like on the water for 2 hours. There's like a tiki bar. They have a bar in like a town nearby that's called Pour Judgment, like Pour Judgment, and it's just like 200 different kinds of shots, like of different like flavors and like types and like
My
like
God.
themes and things like that.
Do they have birthday cake brunettes?
Probably.
Can you not?
We don't
Can
drink
you not?
Burnett's. Okay,
Please?
we've graduated. We don't do Burnett's anymore. Not that we have money to buy more expensive things, but we just don't drink that anymore. No, but like the vibes are just like really different.
Mm.
There's this bar that has like very like Tulum vacation vibes. Like
Mm.
we go to a speakeasy all the time that's called The Saint. That's like a really cool vibe. Like it's like they have like a wall of sin and it has like the craziest shit that people have done. Like it's like pretty wild. Like I think it's just like more fun to try like all of these like new experiences than like Charlottesville, which was just like normal undergrad
Yeah.
kind of
Mhm.
like in a sense compared to this like boring bars. Less expensive, but like
Yeah.
the vibes were like not as fun. Not well fun, but like not as like interesting. You know what I mean?
So it's a little bit more like in the money department, but it's definitely worth it.
Yeah, I think it's like
Yeah.
a great experience to
Gotcha.
have.
Well, we were gonna ask you to compare the nightlife, but I feel like you've done that.
Yeah, I feel like I
yeah.
know the answer to that.
Yeah, the Florida nightlife is definitely better.
Okay, next one. Tap water.
I think it's fine. I don't know.
It's even. It's about
We
the
are-
same.
Haven't really thought about that.
Yeah, Tarun was really pushing for that one to be asked. So
Because I felt like it was a toss up. Like it could be better there. Who knows? Because you know
Like
she's like close to
drinking
the
tap
water.
water. Oh, we are
Yeah,
like
yeah.
blessed. Like our apartment's blessed with like filtered refrigerated water,
Ah,
like
yeah,
that
there you
whole
go.
like thing. So I wouldn't know, but I wouldn't trust it. I wouldn't trust
You
it.
want to try it right now and get back to us?
No, I'm
Some Gator
really
water.
okay. I would not like to die before my exam in a week and 2 weeks. So
Yeah,
Sure.
take it.
no, and then I just take it later, and then I
That could
can't
be
go
that
out
could be
that
your next night
so.
out experience. Drinking tap water.
yeah, you can add that to the 120 shots, just shot of like tap water.
Yeah.
The deadliest shot.
Can you imagine if you get people like really drunk and then just give them a shot of water to think it's alcohol?
Oh, I've definitely
sure
done that.
people- I mean,
Yeah.
people have
Isn't
done
that a
dude.
normal thing people have done?
Okay.
I've done that.
Especially like people that come to like your house party. Like,
Exactly.
You don't know who the fuck they are. Just give them
Yeah.
shots of water.
Bro, I'm not kidding. There were multiple times when random people were in our apartment when we were having not even like a party, like a pregame or something. I just went and got some cold water and put it in a shot glass. I was like, "Hey, get the fuck out of here!" Like I don't want to deal with your bullshit.
I feel like this one's like a layup, but how about the weather? How would you compare the weather?
Yeah, we really had some good topics, and then we kind of went. a
Yeah,
little-
kind of found it in our little ones. Yeah.
I would say from like end of October, middle to end of October to like normally I would say like February, the weather is like beautiful. It's like still warm outside. It's probably like 70s.
Mhm.
And so like it's like really, really nice here. Like all the people in Florida are like bundled up and they look ridiculous, but like everyone else is, you know, like in normal clothes, like living their like best life.
Yeah.
And that's like the like best time. And then the summer is absolutely horrible. I absolutely hate it so much. Like you walk outside for 5 minutes and I already am like drenched in sweat. Like I
Mhm.
need to like go back. I have to like shower like 7 times during the day and change my clothes. Like it's the absolute worst. And like it's January and I came back for New Year's and it was like 80 pushing 90
Oh,
degrees
shit.
in January. It's like absolutely ridiculous. So it's like that time frame to be here normally is like really great. And then also in the summer it's raining, just like randomly. All the time. You don't know when, you don't know how long, and you don't know how hard. So like
That's kind of like Virginia,
just
too,
all-
I guess.
yeah. But I think like Virginia is more consistent in the fact that like like when it says it's gonna rain, it's probably gonna rain and for like X amount of time. And like you just kind of know. But also like after being here for almost 2 years, I went back home for winter break and I like visited Boston for a little bit and I was miserable in the cold. Like I have fully adjusted to this Florida life and then I have to move to Pennsylvania in a couple months and I'm truly terrified for myself.
Where in Pennsylvania are you going to be?
Allentown.
Who?
It's like buttfuck nowhere.
Not
And
off of
that close-
81.
Is that
I know
closer
where
to
it is.
Pittsburgh or?
it's an hour away from Philly. So it's an hour from
Philly.
Philly, 2 hours from New York, which is like the only thing keeping us alive right now, like that fact. But yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna get snowed in, bro. You're fucked.
Yeah, actually. No,
Especially-
I mean, I think I'd still have to show up to the hospital, like regardless.
Yeah,
So,
gotta have a good car.
God.
I guess you'll be closer to home. So that's nicer too. I don't
Yeah,
know.
that
Is that
is
nicer?
nicer. It actually is. Like I'm excited to be able to like go home like more often. Just like knowing that they're closer by is like it's just more comfort
Mhm.
Mhm.
than being like so far away. It's like if I have the option, if I don't want to buy food, cook food, they're still there. At like 23, I will still be going to my home to get food. And I'm okay with that.
We're all okay with that, don't worry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, next one. Hospitals.
Oh, I don't think I can really answer this. I haven't really experienced Virginia hospitals.
You never went to a
Like-
hospital in Virginia?
I mean, yeah, but like in what sense? Like in Virginia, if I went to the
Anything,
hospital, I was
Just very open-ended question.
Well, how about this? Would you rather work in a Virginia hospital or a Florida hospital?
as like going into like rotations next year and actually working there. I know that people at our Tampa hospital, the attendings are 10 times meaner, and they enjoy embarrassing med students,
Oh.
and like you will regularly leave the hospital crying. Is what I've
Oh
been
my
told.
god.
Is that a plus or a minus?
Definitely a minus. I'm so glad I'm leaving, but
Yeah, but
I
what
don't
about the
know, I don't-
Allentown hospitals?
they're supposed to be nicer.
Yeah. Well,
They're supposed to be nicer to you, which is good. Or like they'll just ignore you, which I'm also completely okay with because as a med student, I'm fucking useless. So I'm totally fine with being ignored. So actually, not Virginia, just Allentown. Because that's
okay,
all
we're
I
adding a
know
new
right
Yeah,
now.
third category.
Yeah.
Next year we have to get Shruti back and ask about the Allentown nightlife. stuff.
Yeah. Oh God.
Yeah.
That would be
You said
quite
you went to a
sad,
speakeasy, bro. I think that's about the best you're gonna get in Allentown.
What do you mean?
Bro, Allentown sounds like a place that doesn't even have a full bar. They just has a place that sells liquor and you go drink it outside.
Oh yeah,
And
probably.
Alan sells
It'll
it.
be good.
Alice,
Yeah.
my God.
Yeah, I think our highlights will be going to Philly or going to New York whenever we have time, if ever. So
Do you choose your times when you do like clinical rotations, or is it just like randomly assigned to you?
no.
It's like a job.
don't
You
get
kind of
to
get
choose.
scheduled, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just wondering.
Yeah. And because we're like still students, so they can
They have all
really
the power,
just
right?
make us do whatever. I mean, we're basically free labor, I'm being honest. Like they don't, and also like they'll be like, oh, you can go home for the day, but that's like pros and cons because they could be like, oh my God, she left early, like she doesn't even care. And then,
It's like a
then you're
test.
fucked for your evaluations. Or you can stay because you're like, no, it's fine, like I'll still be here. And then you'll annoy the resident, and then you're fucked for your evaluations. So it's just like do I go home? Do I stay? Like,
Just
am I
sleep at the
useful to you?
hospital.
Do you hate me? Basically, like I'm sure like we will all go through this.
But can't you just leave on time?
No, why would I do that? Then I look bad.
No,
What
just leave
That
stupid
I'm
it
not
idea.
putting in maximal effort.
No.
Then they'll tell me I
Maximal.
didn't try hard enough.
Maximal effort.
Yeah.
I can't believe they just enslaved you guys.
I mean, like in a
And
sense,
you're paying for it.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm in so much debt. Please don't remind me.
Okay, next one. Grocery stores.
Oh. So here we have like Publix.
Mm.
That's like the one. That one is just like it's like fine. It's like overpriced. I would compare it to maybe like Wegmans,
Mm.
maybe like Giant. It's kind of like a Giant. I don't know. I like grocery stores in Virginia better.
Yeah.
Oh, is that the first thing that Virginia's gotten so far?
No, we got
No, they got food.
food.
Oh yeah.
That might be a hot take.
and
though.
and,
That could
and
be a hot take.
traffic / driving. We got, I guess.
No, yeah, I
Yeah,
guess
less
so.
crazy people there.
Yeah.
That's what they got. Yeah.
All right, to wrap it up, diversity in the people. Like, you said that they're crazy, but are they all crazy? Yeah, are they all crazy?
Oh, are they like ethnicity?
I mean, yeah, that's kind of what I meant. But crazy comes in all different colors. We're on.
Yeah, mainly what specific color though, Christian?
Hey, don't talk about those people like that, man.
Talk about your people.
I actually think Florida might have more diversity, or at least I've seen more. I think.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, I guess Charlottesville is pretty
I'm-
white.
Yeah, I think in Nova, I would see Nova is like okay in diversity. I think Florida I've seen so much more, but that also could just be because of like clinic and like I actually interact with more different types of people, I guess. But I think Florida wins that one.
So overall, would you rather?
Allentown.
No, Allentown is excluded from this conversation now. Would you rather, if you were to say like next 5 years, where would you rather live? Tampa or either Nova or Charlottesville? I think I know the answer, but
I think if you had asked me this question a year ago, like in my first year here, I would have 100% been like, fuck Florida. Let me go to Virginia. Like, I hate it here. But now,
yeah,
I think it would be just so much more fun and interesting besides the weather to just be in Florida the next 5 years. So maybe I think Florida wins.
Yeah, I think Florida has gotten a lot of upgrades in the departments outside of weather recently, at least in your eyes.
Yeah.
In your first year there, when you were saying like fuck Florida and stuff, what is the stuff you hated about it that you now like don't mind?
I mean, I think if like COVID hadn't been a thing and like lots of other stuff, I think I would have grown to like Florida a lot more. But like the fact was I moved away from home and like Virginia in general for the first time in my life, like in the middle of COVID, like in the middle of a pandemic, like halfway across the country, didn't know anybody. Basically like handled like everything myself. I mean, like was basically leaving my family, like all my friends, like everybody I knew. I got here and then COVID is still a thing. And so like I had my roommate, like we became super tight, like we're really, really close, but we also were still a little worried. Like at that point, like this was not a fuck COVID mentality. Like we still cared a little bit.
It evolved.
Yeah. So we were like, we don't know these people and we don't know where they're like coming from. And so they would have parties and stuff. And that's how like a lot of people like met each other, but like we didn't go because we were like, we don't know what's going on. We don't know where you've been. Like we don't want to risk it. And so it was like really lonely, I think, at the time, because then like everyone like had their like groups of friends and then like we weren't really a part of it. And that was really hard. And that like really sucked. Like, especially in med school, like you need like the people to like, you need the like camaraderie of being like depressed and miserable together is like actually really important.
Yeah.
Like, and like one person is great, but like you need more than that.
Yeah.
And that like really bonds you, right? And so like I didn't have that. And so I didn't have like the same support system that I did at home. And then also just like we were thrown into like our courses and like med school, and it was like ridiculous. Like it's like a whole 180 from like undergrad and everything. And so like school plus like loneliness plus like COVID and like it was just like a shit show, like not fun. Like I was not having a good time like at all. And I think at that point I was like, this like absolutely sucks. Like I hate that I'm here. Like I could have gone to school anywhere else. Like I wish I had that whole mentality. And that was like really hard to get out of. But then I think like, you know, like once I like figured out school and I was like taking care of myself a lot better, like whole ass like lifestyle changes and everything. And then like actually meeting new people, you know, we started caring a little bit less. You're like, I know where you've been, aka just school. How could you get COVID from there? And like, you know, I think that like made it a lot better. And like actually like having like a core group of friends to like go do things with definitely has changed my opinion. So I mean, maybe I still would have come here like if it wasn't for COVID and been like, oh, I hated it. But I really think most of it was just like the circumstances of it. Like it really sucked. And I think a lot of people's mental health was like really shitty. Like I think like also with med school, you have like such strong like imposter syndrome too.
Hmm.
And so, it's just like it's like a really terrible combination of things.
Yeah, I like timing
And so
and all
like,
that stuff.
yeah, like just all of it was just really, really bad. And I like felt like the dumbest person there. I remember like talking to one of my like advisors and her literally being like, actually the way you talk about things, like you're in a much better position than a lot of people. Like I actually, like I had a very small group of friends, but like I still had friends,
Yeah.
right? Like there were people who didn't have anybody. And like I still had a support system, even though they were like halfway across the country. But I think that was just probably like the worst part of like moving away and everything. And so like now when things are normal and nobody cares here, it's a great time. But it sucked a lot when I first got here.
You know how things change and all that. Sometimes you need a little break from things. Just like we're gonna take a little ad break, and we'll be right back. All right, everybody, welcome back from the ad break. And speaking of all the changes and everything, what was like the major thing that made you want to go to USF when you were doing like all of your applications and all that? Like, what stuck out is like, oh, I'm gonna like, what made you willing to be like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna move from Virginia to Tampa in the middle of COVID? I imagine you didn't get a chance to like go visit or like do that kind of stuff, did you?
So I actually came here for my interview, but that was like before COVID. But it wasn't the same because the downtown campus that we have now like wasn't built at that point. So I was in the old main campus for my interview. And so I think like, okay, like in like complete honesty, like when I was applying, like I didn't really remember I had applied to USF when I did. It was like just like another secondary like application to fill out. And I was just like mindlessly like, okay, whatever, like fill it out, please. Like, I just want to be done. And so I like remember when they called me, I was like talking to my mom on the phone. And then I looked down at the call that I got and it said like Tampa, Florida. And I remember like going back and being like, Mom, did I like apply to a school in Tampa? Because I don't remember. And she was like, I don't know what you did. So I was like, okay, I'll pick it up. And they like offered me the interview. And I was like, oh yes, like obviously, like why would I say no? And I remember going and interviewing on my birthday 2 years ago. The difference between that school and like the other schools I interviewed at is that I didn't go anywhere. Like I didn't get a tour of the school. I didn't get to see anywhere. They were like, why would we give you a tour of our main campus? You're not going to be studying there. But I like sat in that one room for like 5-6 hours and they like were talking about all their programs. And I remember like just like how much I like loved every aspect of their program. And I hadn't even left the room. Like I hadn't left, and like the way they were talking about it, the way their students talked about it, I was like, wow, this is like great. Like I like loved every part of it. And I just remember the interview going like really, really well also for me. And that was probably part of it too. But just like, then I thought about like the other schools I interviewed at where I'd like gotten the full tour and everything. And I had just like sat in this one room and I was like, love it, sold. I was like, that's how I knew like this was going to be the school that I was going to go
They really
to.
they got you ready, bro. They fucking locked you in a room for 6 hours and then they enslaved you, bro. They really set you up for it.
It was like Stockholm syndrome. I got stuck. Yeah, pretty much.
So it seems like you felt a real connection to USF. And it's funny that I mentioned connections because Haran actually got me a crazy gift recently for Secret Santa. He got us he got me connection cards for couples. Now it's usually meant for me and Haran, but in fact I think it's a good time to pick one out.
They have an open relationship.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, good to know. Good to know.
Let's see what this connection card says.
Basically, they're just like things to talk about. I don't want to freak you out. This ain't no like, deep.
No, I've
Okay.
played games like this.
All right, thank God. All right.
Here, I'll
Don't need
let
any
you-
lawsuits.
I'll fan the cards out quickly. You can pick. I'll try to.
Oh
What
yeah.
you supposed to
How
say?
this
Like
could
the
work.
36
No,
from
just
the left?
just say
The
stop.
23rd to your left.
Oh, 23.
That one.
To my left.
Yeah,
fam?
count 23 cards and pick that one.
Okay. 1, 2, 3,
Oh, I
5, 6.
didn't think you would actually do it.
It's okay. I'm pretty sure you can count to 23.
14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21,
I think.
22, 23. Oh.
Nice.
Oh.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Oh no, it's gonna be a bad one.
Oh no.
I don't know if we can answer these, but maybe we can try.
Okay.
Tell us.
Oh.
What kind of course?
I may have to
I don't know.
retract my statement from earlier.
What things make you sad as a parent or spouse? Would you like
Let's
to
try
pick
24,
a new number?
24
24.
cards.
24.
It's not getting better, is it?
No.
I feel like this one is meant only for me and Haran, but it says, what 5 things do you enjoy doing with me? Do you want to pick another number?
Yeah.
Wait,
let's
find-
do-
find makes
just find a
sense.
card. To find a card that
Just pick
this is like good for discussion. But we can answer that one later, Trin, if you want.
Yeah, that's on the
I'll
that's
just-
on the OnlyFans account.
I'll just go to the middle.
Oh.
Okay. If you knew that in 1 year you would die suddenly, would you change anything about the way you are living now? Why? Would you still go to Allentown? Would you want to die there?
Oh my god, if I knew I was going to die in a year, I probably wouldn't be in fucking med school, please.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, why would I do this? Is like a 10-year long process and I'm only on year 2. I would not still be here. I definitely would be like out traveling.
Like if you just stayed in med school anyway, even though you're gonna die. Crazy determination. Actually, wait, you probably would have had to stay because of like the slavery part of it.
Yeah, there's a contract where you can't leave.
I mean, okay, assuming that I was like gonna die in a year, I mean, like I wouldn't give a fuck about my exams. Like I would only study to like pass. I like wouldn't care. I would definitely be going out every other day, like doing fun things. I don't think there's a lot. I would just make my fun stuff more frequent if I was still stuck in med school. But like if I was dying in a year, I promise you I would not be here. That would be a terrible decision on my part.
Wait, would you say to have a fun time in Tampa you would have to drink or no?
Oh, there's definitely other things to do besides drinking.
You know, I was just like, trying to get like a more
There's-
holistic view of the city.
No. There's like going to the beach is really fun. There's like amusement parks everywhere. There's like zoos. Honestly, just like going to the different like towns and like everywhere has like it's like very scenic because like it's all by the water, right? So like you could just like walk around. There's like cute farmers markets. Like you can see the bay. You can go kayaking. There's like bioluminescent kayaking. You can go to Orlando. People like I know lots of people will like Airbnb like in like Sarasota or Daytona, like cities nearby, and like drive there. Like there's lots of fun things to do.
Yeah.
And I have wholesome stories. I promise. I'm not fully a degenerate.
No, I love
I
it.
am.
I would do the same thing you're doing. I'm just trying to get another perspective for people that don't drink alcohol.
I just think that my friend group tends to be more stupid. So you do tend to do more degenerate things.
What's bioluminescent kayaking? Is that you see like light up animals in the water or something?
I think it's like algae or like a light up
algae.
animal. Basically, so you go out like night and it's supposed to be really pretty.
Harsha, did you think they
Yeah.
had like dolphins that just like had flashlights attached to them or some shit? Like, what?
Not
You
dolphins,
can
but like
see
small.
dolphins though.
Oh, whoa.
Not at the kayaking, just like on the bay. In general. You can see dolphins.
Kayaking on a dolphin.
Oh my god.
Where do the alligators play into this equation?
Oh, bro, I still have not seen an alligator. I see lots of signs that say watch for alligators, but I have not seen one.
You're not watching
Yeah.
close enough.
I've had friends who play golf and they will literally be like golfing and like an alligator will like walk by. That's apparently a very normal thing, but I've not seen any at all. So I don't know where they are.
So if Harsha was going to die in a year, I would.
Period.
I would die. I definitely quit my job because like, what's the point? I think because I feel like at this point I have like enough money to last a year if I spend it correctly. I think. And yeah, like Shruti was saying, try to plan more fun things with my friends and people I care about like more often than like the one big event that Christian comes down to Virginia for, but like seeing this guy more often. And one like activity I want to try is definitely skydiving.
What if on the day everyone dies, you go skydiving that day? Because like if it goes wrong, it doesn't matter because you'll just die anyway.
I thought you meant like on the day he just goes skydiving, but then he just dies into the ground.
He just hits the ground.
Wait, I don't understand the question.
Like, I think it's a theoretical like, oh, you have a 1 year timer that like starts now. But I take the question as, bro, I just start doing some invincible shit. If I know that I can't die until that day, bro, I'm running into traffic. I'm jumping off of buildings. I'm doing all this shit, dude. I'm gonna become like Superman.
Superhero, bro. What if
You'll still get hurt, bro. You just
but die. I won't die. I'll have people pay me to do dumb shit. Like so much dumb shit that I know that I won't die. I'll make so much money, and then I can spend like the last 3 months like, I don't know, in Fiji or whatever, but I don't know.
Oh, I know what I'd do. If I was gonna die in a year, I'd definitely punch that guy who grabbed my girl's ass, though. I knew I was gonna die.
If I knew Trun was gonna die in a year, I would spend every second with him by his side.
I think he would want to die
deck of
earlier than you would.
To make sure no time is lost.
I think I would try to cash out all of my money, or like everything that I have, and try to buy a ticket to space. Like,
did you say this already?
Something. Yeah. But I mean, it's still a dream of mine to go to space.
No. I just like I have like deja vu. You saying
Wait,
that.
so like, would you like stay there until the timer runs out, or would you just want to go there for like dinner or something?
That'd be lit as hell, man. Yeah, hell yeah.
You want to die on space?
Oh, if you can't die,
space,
bro,
yeah.
you
on
can
space?
just go out there.
On the space.
He just what do you mean? He just steps out and just explore space.
Yeah, bro. If he can't die until that year's over, bro, he can just
like move in space.
He just spends
frozen orbiting Earth, just fucking.
But alive the whole time.
Oh, look, it's the Tarun satellite. Holy shit! Sorry, we butchered your question. It was very wholesome for about an answer and a half. 2 answers.
Ron, what would you actually do though?
Yeah.
I guess I didn't answer for myself. I answered for True.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know. Because I feel like right now,
I'd probably just keep studying thermodynamics.
I'm about to say, in the position I am right now, I don't really have any money at my disposal to be doing like cool stuff.
Well,
maybe I'll guilt my friends to give me their money, and then I'll do stuff with their money.
No chance, bro. I'm going to space, man. See ya.
Once you're frozen, he'll come take all the money out of your pockets.
And then I get frozen too.
Thank you for the card, Tarun. And so thank you, Haran, for getting him. We have to thank
You're
you.
welcome.
It's a sequence every time we use the cards.
And then Haran says thank Christian.
Oh yeah, and thanks Shruti for choosing 2 incorrect cards.
Wait, why am I getting thanked, Harsha?
Oh, for getting him the book.
Oh, well, I mean, that's an everyday thing.
So, speaking of dying, dying is like the last big failure of your life, because you just die and you can't like fix it. But, throughout these like 23 years, we've also failed a couple times. So, in your life so far, what has been your biggest failure, and do you regret it?
Who are you speaking to?
Everybody. Just everybody.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Because I don't think we've asked this question between us four, too. Oh. Yeah, Haran, go first.
Well, does anyone have an answer right now?
Nah, fuck no.
This is really deep. I wasn't prepared.
Nah, you see, we bait you in. You think we're just dumb idiots, and then we're dumb idiots who internalize a lot of things.
As opposed to smart idiots.
I guess it doesn't have to be the biggest one. It can just be one that you're comfortable sharing.
Obviously, Haran's not going to talk about his penis book twice.
I think my biggest failure in my life that I guess is still going on is I'm not really good at expressing like my emotion. Like I can do it like if I'm like sending messages to people, but like in terms of like talking to people about it, I'm not good at it. I think that was like a problem since I was young, and then it kind of just continued, and now I'm like realizing it, so I'm trying to be better about it.
I love you, man.
Yeah, you're good too, man. I like you too.
Yo, you're like really cool, bro.
Yeah, you too. You can kill it, man.
I would say mine's more like just like I regret a lot of decisions I made. They're not like huge, like big deals or anything, but like always wonder like what would have happened if I had chosen the other option.
Like not spending $30 on a shoe cleaner.
That was your fault, and I stick to that. By the way, I always think like, oh, if I don't do this, like, or if I choose this path, I have a better way of doing like, getting this out of it long term, rather than just doing like what normal people do, and then just like not doing it, not necessarily the harder way, but just like the way that's more conventional. Be like, oh no, I can do it this other way. Makes me feel smarter, but the conventional way probably just would have worked better. So, I think those kinds of decisions probably. And just being more kind of along the line with what Haram was saying, just being more open with people about situational stuff and being more clear. Because I feel like I do a lot of subliminal.
Christian, are you okay?
No.
Okay.
Happy?
I think for me, I spent most of my life being really shy, and I think I am still pretty shy, but I feel like if I expressed myself a little bit more when I was younger, it would have made me more confident today meeting people, especially the people at work or just people at school even too. Yeah, kind of awkward, so still working.
So that's really awkward because I was going to say like literally almost the exact same thing. Because I think when I was younger, I was definitely very, very shy, and I think I turned down a lot of opportunities because I was just like not confident enough or like stuff like that. I didn't try a lot of new things. I didn't really do much in general. So I think I would have been a more well-rounded person. If I tried all that.
Rotund.
Spherical.
Spherical.
Okay, I think I like regret the amount of time that I've like wasted like overthinking things and like just like anxiety in general, especially when it comes to like people and just like socializing, because I feel like I really tend to overanalyze everything. Like that, like one movement that seems a little bit odd, or like what an interesting inflection in tone. Do you fucking hate me? Like that's like literally what it is.
She picked up on it. Oh my god! Oh no.
Yeah, literally, it'd be like, oh, you asked that question weirdly. Okay, do you not want to be friends with me anymore? Is that what this is? Like, literally, like I've had thoughts like that all the time. Like I think I've spent like way too much time thinking about these things, and I think it's just like coming to terms with the fact that like, one, not everyone is going to like you. And then two, if someone has a problem with you, they're going to tell you. And then if they can't, that's their problem. But like, you know, the amount of time I've had like sleepless nights or like lost appetite or like just been anxious about these things is just ridiculous. Like I regret all of that. I'm still regretting it. I still do it, but you know, working on it.
I think we probably have like bigger flaws than we realize, but the acknowledgement of them is what helps you fix them, or not fix them, but like understand them better, so you know what you can do to alter it to an extent. So yeah, there's probably a lot more things that's wrong with us, but we don't know about it, so it doesn't matter, right?
Right?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah,
Right.
totally. It's all good.
That's pretty good, Trey.
Yeah, it's the first time I've ever seen you do anything. Well,
Now I want to ask my dad what his biggest failure in his life was.
I just
I have
fucking
a really good idea.
Uno
what it
reverse
is,
card.
right?
You know what's a big failure in everybody's life if they choose to go down this path? Not eating gluten.
Oh my god. I swear to god. Hey.
I'm sorry, that was a little targeted, but I do have somewhat of a defense. My mom is now gluten intolerant, so I'm aware of the lifestyle and how difficult and how much food tastes like shit sometimes. So, Shruti, do you have any experience with not eating gluten, perchance?
Zoodles.
Yes, I'm gluten sensitive. Not like intolerant. Like, I don't have celiacs, but like I like remember when my doctor was like, "Oh yeah, you're probably like you're gluten sensitive because like I wouldn't like absorb like any of my vitamins like properly." And first I was like, this is straight garbage. Like, why would you as a medical professional be telling me not to eat gluten? Like, it's just some fads. This is dumb.
Yeah.
But then I like actually like didn't eat like gluten for like a month, and I felt like 100 times better. And I was like, fuck, this is real. I can't eat pasta. I can't do this shit anymore. I was really depressing. Okay, I think if I like genuinely had celiacs, or it was like actually like if the results of like eating gluten would have been really bad, like I would be so much better at it than I am. I've like switched like pastas. Like I don't eat normal pasta anymore. Like I tend to eat like chickpea pasta or like things like that. And like I found brands that I like and that they're like arguably like they're more expensive, but like, you know, like my body feels better and everything. Like when I'm at home, I like make an actual effort to like not eat gluten, like when I'm cooking for myself. But like when I go out, like I'm spending money and I'm eating good stuff. Like I'm not going to buy a gluten-free bun. I'm not going to go to an Italian restaurant and not get pasta. Like I planned that whole Italy trip. I was planning to just die. Like I was for 2 weeks.
Did you plan it a year before?
Yeah. No, like we were going to Italy for 2 weeks. Like I was not gonna go like explore Italy and not eat pasta.
And then Shruti was like, "Oh wait, COVID's gonna happen now. I'm gonna die anyway. So fuck it. I'm gonna."
Yeah. I was just gonna like live with the consequences. Like I'm gonna feel horrible, but I'm in Italy, so who cares? Like I'll deal with it when I get back. Like you can't just like not have that experience.
Yeah.
Right? That's my mentality.
Eat the peanuts, bro. You'll have a good time.
Fuck it.
It's great food.
Yeah.
Like just fuck it. You'll be fine.
Yeah, take the Florida approach, man.
Exactly. I'm having a great time. You could be too.
Yeah, exactly, man.
Yeah.
I'll try it exactly a year from today.
But like I think like when I do, and like over time I've like kind of figured out like how sensitive I am. So like I like have bread in my fridge right now. Like every a while, like I'll have like a piece of toast or like a sandwich or whatever, and it'll be fine. And it's mostly just like if I have like multiple meals with like lots of pasta or like lots of bread or something like that, that's when I'll like know I'm gonna start to feel like shit and it's gonna like be problematic. So I've like figured it out. Yeah, I just kind of like go from there. But it hasn't like really stopped me from doing anything. Like I don't like tell anyone like, oh, make sure it's gluten free because like why?
Yeah.
That's like, yeah, it's like not that big of a deal. But like the effects of not eating gluten are just like so obvious to me that I know that at least like 80% of the time I should probably listen to my doctor. Yeah.
So follow-up question. What's gluten?
There's a very specific reason he's asking this question, and your answer like will change his life.
I actually don't know what Christian's talking about.
What you thought it was.
Oh. Wait, I want to hear this.
No. We'll tell you after.
Answer first?
Yeah.
Okay. Gluten is a protein that's like found in wheat. Like it's typically found in wheat. And so like if you have like celiacs or like you're gluten sensitive, like your body does a really bad job of like breaking down this like protein, and then it kind of like fucks the rest of your body up. So apparently my body is a bitch, but not as much of a bitch as someone with celiac. So
fuck yeah.
When we were talking about this before, Tarun thought it was a food group. Like
I mean, like when people like that's why it's like a fad, and that's why I thought it was literally the dumbest thing ever, because people will be like, oh, I'm going gluten free, like for health reasons, like for like my diet to lose weight, and basically it's just cutting out carbs.
Yeah,
but it's just like wheat products have gluten, so like pasta, like breads, like things like that, you cut those out. But like I still eat rice, like I still eat like any other carb that's not with gluten or anything. But like when a celebrity is like, oh, I have a gluten-free diet. Like, that's fake. It's fake. They're just doing dumb things. It's not for their health. Okay? Need you to know that.
So just to clarify, we didn't have a conversation about Well, we had a conversation about gluten because we were talking about it now, which we did. But what you meant was that I thought celiac was not like a condition. I thought celiac, for some reason, was like a genre of vegetables.
I think you should have stuck with what I said. I think that's probably better for you than.
Oh, I think you made it worse.
Hey, but he's being truthful, and that's what matters.
Hey, listen, man, I'm not a doctor. I didn't take the MCAT or anything. How would I know that celiac is not a vegetable?
I don't even know what you would confuse that for.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I think it would have been better if you didn't think it was anything.
If you just didn't know what it was.
About this whole like cleansing stuff, someone from work today was just saying he was eating lunch at like 1:00 and he was like, yeah, man, I haven't eaten in 2 days just to cleanse my body because I was eating like shit like earlier. So I just like didn't eat anything for 2 days and just drink water. Worse. I was like, this guy's crazy. He's like, I can't eat healthy because like I don't really want to. So instead, I just fast myself for a couple of days.
Yo,
is that a good idea?
Okay?
Yeah, as the doctor on the podcast, you know.
Yeah.
Is that recommended?
Oh, me?
Yeah, can I have the Florida answer?
No, I will answer.
The Florida answer.
I will answer as the doctor, resident doctor. Yes. I don't know.
Oh, is that what celiac is known for? Starving yourself? Is that what happens?
Okay, Shruti, go next.
Oh, you want my opinion on
Yeah,
this?
well, I think that's
just second opinion, you know?
Yes.
Oh, I think that's just dumb.
All right. I want you to be everybody's doctor and give them a situation.
Stop being dumb.
That's dumb. Stop doing that.
Looking forward to when like you're a full-fledged doctor. What's your biggest worry right now?
Oh my god. Honestly, like my biggest worry is probably just like I hope my patient turns out okay.
That's a good answer.
Yeah.
That's a good answer.
I hope I don't fuck my patient up. You know, like that's probably my biggest worry.
Is that what they asked you in the interview?
Will you fuck up your
patient? Yes.
You're
hired. Welcome to
Literally,
Allentown.
God, I hope not. I mean, honestly, like I feel so like inept at everything. Like you should not ask me. Like I can't do anything. I don't even see myself how like in 2 years, like I'd suddenly be able to like treat people. But somehow I will have the knowledge to do that.
That's why they ship everybody to Allentown. There's nothing to do except learn how to treat people.
No, literally.
Oh my god! Wow. I gained so much respect.
I mean, like I'll look at like my med school class and be like, "Wow, Futures Doctors of America! Like I saw you throw up in a bag."
What happens if there's no gluten-free meals at the hospital cafeteria in Allentown? What will you do?
Suck it up and eat it.
Oh. Okay.
I'm just gonna do it anyway.
Well, what's it like? Is there no consequence? Because then why don't you just eat gluten all the time?
No, like she said, like if she does like a lot of
it's like you just didn't listen to anything she said, bro.
She eats a lot of meals like in a short amount of time, like consecutively. She starts to feel like
usually it's like pasta. Like pasta really fucks me up because that's like the whole thing is just like gluten. Like a sandwich has like all sorts of other shit in it, and so it feels better. I mean, it's not a good idea, but if I have to do it, I'm gonna do it. So,
hey, worst case, if you feel bad, you're in a hospital.
You're at work.
You admit yourself.
It's kind of fucked that like at most jobs you get like when I worked at a grocery store, I got like a 10% discount, bro. If you work at a hospital, ain't no discount on your medical bills, bro. I think they should change. That's the one change I think they should make. Is that if you work at a hospital, you get employee discount.
Then everyone would just become doctors.
I think they get a discount in the cafeteria.
Hey.
That's good.
I hope they have a lot of pasta.
Rude.
And so then they can implement my strategy of employee discount for the hospital. You know, just like if Shruti were to have a pasta-only diet, all good things must come to an end.
That that's probably how my life would end in a year. So it's fine.
But this podcast is also coming to an end. We definitely enjoyed having Shruti on. Are there any final words you'd like to say before you depart back to Florida COVID-less culture?
Not really. I had a great time.
Thanks for coming on. We had a lot of fun. It was a very interesting, insightful, very shithousery to actual somewhat internal discussion levels. We had a lot of fun having a roller coaster of an episode. If you guys liked what you heard, we will have Shruti's Instagram handle in our description of our episode, and you can go follow her on Instagram. You can follow us on Instagram at An Interesting Discussion. You can catch us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, wherever you get your podcasts from. But yeah, that's going to wrap it up for this week. Definitely want to thank Shruti again for coming on, and we will see everybody next week. Bye, guys. Bye.
Bye.